I stand up for what I believe, and I don't fall for anything. Because what it appears to be ain't what one think it is. See? So, with that being said, God created new heaven and new earth. What did the Father promise the nation he would do? So my knowledge, he would build a nation ain't like himself. And he would teach them supreme knowledge, wisdom, understanding, to 12 children, a lesson, and how to rule the earth and the universe for eternity. These are the last days. They say all is dependent upon the Father's sin. What do they look like? They look like you and I. Some just better, some high class individual, some just poor. However, we still one. It ain't the way you dress, it's the way you manifest. It ain't all what you know, it ain't just the knowledge you possess, it's how well you can make use of it, and how you can apply it, and how you can live it. See? So with that being said, I love this nation. I love those who love me. But they say don't love the devil. But you know what? If it wasn't for love hella right, none of us would be right. None of us would make it to the height and the 60 degrees elevation, which is the other state of awareness, which is the God dimension. Allah didn't raise no pump for no sun. You hear me? Allah didn't raise no pump for no sun. Let's get that straight. Okay? Because in the beginning of the beginning was the black man. And from his God came the word be. And it was. And this is the holy word that gave birth and balance to the sun, moon, and stars. Peace, God.
Peace. I feel all mathematics. Anybody that's coming up here building, please understand you also have children paying attention to these live feeds. So please beware of what you're speaking about. God is supposed to be swift and changing. And he comes in many different currents. He comes in currents when it's necessary. But when we have youth getting good knowledge, so this is being manifested here, let's make sure we're speaking to them intelligently so they can be able to comprehend what's being manifested. With that, I say peace.
Please turn. It's our honor to introduce firstborn ABG. Come on, y'all.
Everybody here?
Yes, sir.
Please. The brother was talking about Allah. Allah never called us God. Allah never told us he was God. He said, my name is Allah. We said God. You understand? We men, original men, Asiatic black men, that's who we are. You understand? The makers, the owners, the cream of the planet Earth, the father of civilization. And we say the gods in the universe, so I understand you when you say God. But going around talking about you God, brothers going to ask you, can you fly? You understand? Can you fly? Can you fall off this goddamn building and walk away? That's their concept of God. They don't have a concept of God of being a man, original man, Asiatic black man. And as far as the devil goes, the last thing that God did was give us the understanding in 67. In 1967, he told us we had to teach the cultures. That's what he said. You got to teach the cultures. Why? Because if you really understand the lessons, and we the first people. All people came from us. And if you so righteous, and they must have was righteous too, or somebody made them that done and blind or weak and wicked. That was the separation. That was the separation. So, if you teach the brother that he's a Caucasian and he came from you and you're a righteous man, then why is he running around weak and wicked? So you got to straighten him out. That's a hard job. That's the job he gave us. And you don't learn that job in no school. You learn that job in the street. And that's where he put us, in the street, not in no school. He would run us out of that school. We used to come to the school to sit down and, rest, shoot the breeze. And a lot would walk into the school and say, "What y'all doing sitting up here? After y'all were rest for a while, get up out of here." He would chase us off the synagogue into the streets and say, "Go teach." That's what a lot taught us, to go teach. And we didn't have all the lessons. He would say, "Go teach." So what lessons we had, that's what we went with. And the people basically taught us. You know, the people. Don't play the people short. Don't take the people short. The people taught us. Because when you came out here talking about Allah, they didn't know nothing about Allah. They thought you was a Muslim. Oh, so you're a Muslim now. You go to the mosque, what mosque you go to? You said, "No, I'm 5%. You 5% of what?" You had to answer those questions. Allah was, shall be a man. When he came in 1967, he said, "You can't be Allah." The reason why you can't be Allah is, he said, because I didn't know your mother. A seed is a seed. I remember when my brothers was going around talking about their fathers was the old dude. They talk about their fathers, the men who fathered them, old dude. But you got records out about the brother wanted the other brother to sing about his father, but his father was a punk, because his father wasn't there. That's not the way Allah taught us. Allah taught us they did the best they could with what they had. Well, we had him, so what would we do? That's the way he taught us. And I have a lot of respect for my father, whom I never knew. Never knew. But I have a lot of respect for him because I'm alive. And the seed is a seed. That's the way we was taught about love. You hear a lot of stuff today that he never said. He came home and said, "I ain't never wrote no lessons. None. None. I ain't never wrote a lesson." That's what he told us. That's when they had a law rules manifest. Listen, he told us that was written, those lessons was written by Armando X, a guy who was locked up in jail. A Muslim, not him. Not him. He said he never wrote no lessons. What Allah gave us was the knowledge. He brought us through the knowledge. He brought us the wisdom. The wisdom was us getting in the street teaching. That's how the teaching was spread. The understandings was the last thing he gave us, and that was to teach. That was to teach, brother. That's what the 5% is. Teachers. Look at the 16th degree. The poor, righteous teachers. I had brothers come to me all the time and say, "PG, I learned 5%, but I can't be no 5% because I can't be poor. I gotta make some money. I can't be no poor, righteous teacher." I said, "Brother, you don't understand. Poor means we don't have access to our own government. That's why we consider the poor. We don't control our government. Even though most of us sitting in here are American citizens, we don't play no part in what the government decides to do for us. We don't stand up and choose to be who we are, American citizens, and say, this is what we want. We don't do that. Other people do. They come here to this country, become citizens, demand what they want, and they get it. They get it. You see it every day. They get it. Why? They say, oh, because they speak together. Well, we don't. Yes, we do. There's a brotherhood amongst the 5% that can't be beaten. I just had my brother laughing in the car, telling him how we look out the window and see each other and say peace. And the brother would look upstairs and say peace back. And your mother knew when to reach you. And she said, who that? And you said, my brother. She said, what? Wait a minute, that's your what? That's my brother. Listen, your father told you that? You said, no, that's my brother. And you begin to explain. Him and I are going through the same thing. Him and I are going through the same thing. Identity. We have a strong bond with one another. Very strong bond. And that's what he gave us. A lot of you come up here and teach you no revolution or nothing. There was nothing to revolt against. The man, like the brother said, was given 6,000 years to rule. He was given them 6,000 years to rule. We were deaf, dumb, and blind for 6,000 years. We were deaf, dumb, and blind until Allah manifested and began to teach us. And we began to learn who we was. It didn't happen overnight. It took time. It took time. But we found out who we were. Those of us who did find out who we were after we went to jail, was locked up, killed on the street, through getting life sentences, for not doing what we were supposed to do. Teach. The more you teach, the more you learn. I bet you've got a brother in here who's really teaching, who don't say, I came to a point one time in my life, I knew I had to go back to school. Because if you teach, you got to learn. In order to teach, you have to learn. Time don't stand still. You're not a good teacher if you don't learn. If you don't know the people, you can't teach them. And now, when he told us to teach the culture student, many brothers came to me and said, how do you teach a white man? I said, hey, brother, this is what you're talking about. How do you teach a white man? Well, how do you teach your brother? How do you teach your brother? How do you teach your brother that said, I ain't your brother? I know we all ran into those type of brothers. Right? That's right. We all ran into them. I ain't your goddamn brother. We done ran into him, haven't we? How do you break it down to him? Well, that's what you do with the Caucasian. You tell him, I'm the Muslim man, you came from here. And you my brother, whether you like it or not, and I'm yours, whether I like it or not. And we have to live together. Or we're going to be killing each other for the rest of our lives. You know, I hear a whole lot of stuff about what's happening in Gaza, what's going on, with people killing each other. And I told my brother, Allah had the solution to all of that. His teachings were the solution to all of that. No separation. There's only one people walking the face of this earth, and that's human beings. And we are human beings. Hello? Welcome to the human society. But we was made deaf, dumb, and blind for 6,000 years. The separation now is the pigmentation of the color of my skin. Because I'm Asiatic black. I'm not a person of color. I'm not a person of color. I'm Asiatic. I told how many people you know see a lot of what being proud. How many of y'all know the cowboy hat? How many of y'all remember? How many of y'all remember the brother? When he went out to D-Mecca, I told him to teach. I told him to teach the culture sheet. Me and him stayed in contact. I said, brother, if you really want to do your job, culture seat that never lessons. I said, bring me a culture seat who stand before us and say, I'm the regional man. I'm Asiatic black. And see how I did that. He brought a brother named James to the rally in Medina. That's what he did. And James stood before all of us and said he was Asiatic black. And James reported the lessons.